Now, next up, please welcome Mr. Viplob Syngal, Head of Business Development and NEC, to deliver his keynote entitled Open RAN, the new way to build the radio access network.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the opportunity to be part of the Telecom Review Leaders Summit here in Dubai, a city where I was last in 2007 and deeply engaged in the development of the region in terms of the digital transformation journey. Du was an emerging player as a challenger, and the mindset of everyone I dealt with within the industry, the government, entities, and adjacent industry segments who relied on connectivity were already thinking of building a digital society. The progress in what is happening here in the UAE and the region is impressive, to say the least. So we've heard a lot about what's going on in the telecoms industry in the last 1.5 days. In the last 3 to 4 decades, telecommunications and internet have impacted our lives in unprecedented ways. Even today, major societal and economic trends are defining the needs of the future. Now the decision is focused on the interaction between the communication networks and the human world, the digital world, and the physical world. In such a scenario, we've just embarked on the 5G journey. Pardon me for saying a few words about NEC. When I joined NEC almost 15 years ago, and someone asked me what NEC does, I used to think what the best way is to describe the company. The different verticals that NEC touched in the past seemed like a distraction as I was focused on the telecoms business. But today, it's an asset. Utilizing cutting-edge technologies such as biometric authentication, artificial intelligence, and 5G technologies that connect everything from the ocean floor to the outer space, NEC provides extensive value to the customers in a wide range of fields all over the world. So in 5G, everything is connected as Internet of Things, which is different from the evolution of the 4th generation for the communication between people to people. And 5G is about enabling new services and experiences everywhere, such as autonomous vehicles. We heard about robotics yesterday, augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence used in operational environments, and also holograms. We all share that connectivity. Autonomous cars have very different needs to a teacher in a classroom or a gamer. The target of 5G is not just the consumer, but is also focused on the enterprise. And the benefits and needs of the telco networks, the cloud technologies, and all the, there's a lot of potential of 5G that needs to deliver. So no company can do it alone and should not try to do it alone. As an industry, we need to bring together the benefits and the needs of the telco networks, the cloud technologies, the industries that need to be served, and an ecosystem of partners in a radically open way with the best of breed products from partners or even competitors. It is one way to be plug and play, but better that we are certain better than the proprietary solutions such as single RAN. So my focus is to make the case for Open RAN, which is a sort of case for, a subset case for open networks. Over the past 2 to 3 years, the industry has gone through a lot of discussion whether this is a viable way to build networks or not. Obviously, those who are vested will want the solution to succeed, but it is always good to get a 360-degree feedback on what people think. With the help of some industry colleagues, spanning vendors, operators, integrators, we looked at multiple attributes, but a few that I would like to highlight are improved market access. So flexibility of software is a key here. As an example, the ability to use a pool of software developers to deliver tailored network performance, be it for latency or traffic speeds, is now a possibility. We see a lot of innovative companies emerging doing just that. I don't really have to dwell on how the iPhone drastically changed that model. Better products. So collaboration is the key. Collaboration between hyperscalers and operators is nothing new. We heard about all of this yesterday. We extend that to include an order of magnitude of more developers, giving much more choice in the market. After all, it is not uncommon, even today, that incumbents partner with other companies and rebadge as their own solutions. Faster time to market is another attribute that I'd like to say a few words about. With a lot of effort going into the interoperability testing and the automation of the whole process, the ability to switch hardware or software components without extensive discussion around proprietary solutions and making things work now becomes an easier to implement reality. This can translate into quicker introduction of solutions into the market with the potential to speed up the time to deliver new products into the network being reduced drastically. Reliability can be in two different ways. One is more security around the supply chain, as different vendors have different logistics hubs around the world, typically, so there's a potential to minimize inventory shortage risk. Combined with cloud computing and redundant server architectures, the network reliability will also increase. The TCO of Open RAN is something that I wanted to speak about because that's something that comes up again and again in all the discussions we have with customers. It's the most debated topic around Open RAN right now. Many of the benefits of the technology and the promise it brings is not something that I highlight as a vendor. It's something that is also coming from the operators themselves as various proof of concepts, plugfests, etc. have happened in the industry over the last 2 to 3 years. However, now as we move towards commercial deployment, there is a tendency in the market on day zero to expect the TCO to be compatible to those with single RAN systems. However, we're making a change, and change needs to be accompanied by a mindset change too. Who takes the ultimate responsibility for the solution when the solution itself is made up of numerous different subcomponents, but there's a value to it? What is becoming apparent is that until the O-RAN standards mature, there are costs that are incurred in terms of vendor management, system design, compatibility testing, etc. Over time, I expect these to reduce, in fact, be eliminated compared to what is the case with SRAN systems. However, if that's how long it will take the operators to take the plunge, then all the progress that the industry has made towards open networks will be stalled. So the role of the system integrator is critical, but various different models are emerging. There are those that want to invest in Open RAN, but without taking the initial risk and on reliability and stability. They have decided to start operations with pre-integrated ecosystems. There are others who want a predefined ecosystem and want the choice that Open RAN gives them from day one, but take the one throat to choke approach in their buying decisions. Finally, there's a model where certain operators will take responsibility of the solution, but work with the system integrator to deliver the expertise. Underpinning all of these, it is important to have a good solution stack and ecosystem, focus on vendor and risk management, and ensure that the comfort level with Open RAN increases. Areas such as rapid interoperability testing is where the next value will come from. The whole premise is that the ecosystem can be changed as the solution matures. So there are challenges that we face. There are questions that we're asked all the time about the complexity of multi-vendor management. I think compatible systems with true openness is something that we can deliver. We've established frameworks in terms of system integration, interoperability testing, and also management tools that will help us with that. The maturity of the technology is another question that comes up. I think there's validated performance that we have shown for commercial use. And companies like NEC are able to back up those kind of this kind of objections that are being raised. The difficulty to guarantee the carrier grade performance, that's another objection that comes up. Well, I mean, uncompromised reliability and stability is something that we're prepared to stand behind because we believe that this is going to be the future way in which networks are going to be built. Just a few proof points in terms of what we've been doing. So we've worked with a lot of leading operators around the world. We started our journey in Japan, where we work with NTT Docomo, and we've been a partner of Rakuten to deliver the first 5G network based on Open RAN purely in Japan. We've worked with players like Vodafone, Deutsche Telekom, Telefonica, who's decided to partner with us. In this region, about 2 years ago, we did a virtual RAN POC with Etisalat, which was quite successful. And we hope that we will be able to build upon that. So to summarize, innovation in Open RAN will continue. And in the last few years, the focus has been on getting radio units out there, making sure that the baseband, which consists of the centralized unit and the distributed units, get delivered, and the feature set compatibility increases. We've seen the emergence of massive MIMO radios. That's also being deployed at the moment. Ensuring that the centralized unit and the distributed software is robust and feature sets are reaching parity with incumbent vendors is where the focus has been. I feel this coming year is the year of the system integration. That's when all the automation tools and getting that rapid interoperability testing into a very smooth operation is where the industry is going to get focused on. That is the key to success of Open RAN, to bring the TCO in the right place in the next 12 months. And with automation and realizing the potential offered by Rick, I think that's what we're going to be focused on as well as the next paradigm shift. So I'd just like to say that, you know, with Open RAN, I think it's a technology that needs to be given a chance. It is the new way to build a network. I believe it's the basis for the future generations. So there is a request that as far as TCO is concerned, let's not measure it on day zero. There has to be a small investment upfront mindset that's required. Give the time for the savings to be realized and the benefits of virtualization and cloudification to be realized. Incumbent vendors will always prevent Open RAN from succeeding. It's not in their best interest. They don't want us to have a chance or a choice. So the choices that remain are to live with them and beat them on price and ride it out. So I'd just like to leave you with a quote from Pablo Picasso. Others have seen what is asked and why. I have seen what could be and asked why not. Thank you.